I will toss mine out, man. I'm gonna say Chad from Bleach, and here's why. Here's why. Chad, and I want people to think of this as from the perspective of like your closest friend or nigga gets tossed into some shit. Notice that Ichigo had a bunch of close friends around him in the beginning of the series anyways. Gets tossed into some shit, and you want to help him in that shit, but you can't physically, right? Like, he's fighting some fucking ghost, and you cannot see the ghost. Are you, A, still trying to fight the ghost blind? B, going the fuck home and saying, bro, I'll support you from a distance? Or C, just not talking to that nigga again? Chad chose option A, bro. He decided to fight Ghost blind for a long ass time.
That's facts.
Before, just to help his nigga out. That's it.
We must pay homage to him.
Clap.
But even then, it was
welcome to another episode of the AfrOtaku podcast. I'm Mr. Good Guy, aka MGG, and I'm joined here by my co-hosts who will introduce themselves, starting right now.
What's going on? It's Jugger.
Hey, it's Player 5.
It's Don. I changed my name.
Oh,
No me, nigga.
oh,
It's gonna say Deuce on the final edit, though.
True. Back at it again.
It's on the final edit.
What up? I am Grimps.
All right, let's jump right into it.
Hold on. Pause. Don't smooth jazz in my ear like that.
But yeah, jumping right into story time. Player 5, take it away.
All right. So I recently went on a trip to Mexico. And on that trip, I was at like a resort, but I decided I wanted to kind of go out into like the cities and shit. Specifically, this girl I was hanging with, she wanted to go to like this bar where they like hang you upside down and like give you a shot upside down. Sound goofy, but I was like, whatever, let's go. So when she had explained it, mind you, background, she a Chicago nigga. And Chicago people like to explain things like they got a whole bunch of confidence in the situation without actually knowing what's going on. So we thought she had everything figured out, like Ubers, the works, you know what I'm saying? So we like, all right, yeah, we're going to pop down there, pop back. Let's do this. So when we get there, everything started seeming sketch because she had to ask somebody else to order the Uber because none of our Ubers will work in Mexico. Then the weirdest thing, like they let you pay for Uber in cash in Mexico, which was all weird to me. But I was like, whatever. I'm like, she know what she doing is good. So we end up taking this Uber like an hour out into some random city in Mexico, and then so after we do our thing, we at the bar hanging out. By the way, it is not a good idea to do shots upside down. Guarantee you headache. We do our thing. I was like, all right, time to go. Well, now we in the middle of Mexico, not at our resort, with no Ubers that work, no way to get an Uber, nothing, right? And I'm like, yo, I thought you had a plan. Wow. She has absolutely no plan. Her plan was, shit, we gonna figure it out when we get there. So now I'm like, oh my God, all right, bro, we gotta figure this out. I gotta go get cash out of a loose ATM. Them niggas charging like $11 per transaction. Crazy. And then, like, at the moment we stepped out of the Uber, there was this dude that was like trying to sell me like coke, meth, Molly, women, the whole thing. I was like, nah, bro, I'm good. And like he asked me this 4 separate times. And if you've ever seen me, bro, I'm like huge, I'm big, black, I'm 6'5". You do not like miss me and confuse me for the next guy. You know what I'm saying? Especially in a place where I'm probably the only black person for 50 miles. This dude kept asking me. I figured he thought he was gonna weigh me down. Anyway, well, I'm going to get some like money to get the Uber back, or to try and figure out how we might get an Uber back. This girl over here asking the coke dealing pimp if he could find us a taxi. And I'm like, bro, I'm not getting in no taxi in Mexico from a coke dealing pimp. Like, that's not how I'm getting home today. You know what I'm saying? It was ridiculous. So moral of the story is eventually we end up finding this sweet old grandpa that was just nice enough to order us an Uber. Because I'm like, it is kind of wild. Like, hey, we don't speak Spanish. Can you order us an Uber? There's no guarantee we actually gonna pay. This might hit your card. Can you order us an Uber so that we can get back? But we managed to find this sweet grandpa that fucked with us. We end up getting back about 2 hours late. I did not get into the
All right, so who approached this nice old man?
And I'm safe.
Yeah,
it was the girl. I told you, 'cause I was like, bro, I'm like 6'5". Can't be walking up on people like, hey. And I'm like,
show a little bit of cleavage or whatever.
Like, you gonna have to go up, throw in the charm because
exactly.
So was it just you on this shorty?
You know, so yeah. Me, her, and then one of my homies. Yeah, and man, it was ridiculous. I was like, why would you tell us?
Do we happen to know this female?
Or is it someone we don't? None of us speak Spanish. But shit, we figured it. No,
you didn't go on the trip with her.
I met up with. Chicago.
So he just happened to be in Mexico at the same time.
Yeah.
Oh, so basically, what you're telling us is she could have been a trafficker.
Yeah, she was in Mexico.
Y'all could have got trafficked.
Was she was there by herself?
Yo.
Red flag.
she a trafficker.
Word.
Damn.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
But we was also
that's what they all say.
Still red flag.
Yep.
loosely in Mexico. We was
somebody traveling alone is one thing. Like me as a dude, you already know as dudes, traveling alone is still kind of weird. But then as a woman, you do that to Mexico? I don't know. To me, that would strike me at least as a yellowish flag.
No, I say like, if they're in a resort, that's fine. The fact that she just want to travel to this random ass spot, like you don't got a way to come get back.
Yeah.
It sounded like me she was working with that.
Exactly.
So,
all right.
Yo.
I feel like it now that we put it
for real though.
She was like, damn, I almost had him.
Gonna have you working on a cocaine farm somewhere, bro.
I'm like, I'm definitely not getting into this taxi.
Your name gonna be Hummall after a while.
Right? One of my kids.
Oh, God.
But anyways, all right, I guess that was it for the story time. On to some decent news.
Yeah.
We'll kick it off with Sco Jo suing Disney before I talk about this other stuff. Any thoughts? People think Sco Jo was goofy for suing the mugs or what? She need to get her bread.
Give me the details on this shit because I don't know all the details. I know that she was trying to sue them. I'm guessing for not getting paid enough for one of the movies, right?
No,
No. So this is what happened. Effectively, part of her contract was that she would get like money off the top of whatever they sold in box office, right? And so what they did was they released it in theaters and at Disney Plus. So her argument is everybody that watched it on Disney Plus, that money none of that came out. That went straight to Disney. So she's saying they owe her like $50 million at least. Yeah. So hear me out. If I had $50 million on the table, I'd be trying to sue their ass too. So I don't want to give her a complete goofy. But it's like, bro, it's Disney.
Right.
You got to read the fine print in the contract.
Not paying you.
You're on mute. You got to say that again.
But that's just it, though. I mean, like they were saying that in her contract, it literally said that there's only going to be a theater release when the theaters get released. You know what I mean? So, like in that point, it's like, oh, okay, bet. I mean, if Disney truly did break the contract, then I mean, she should be good. And plus, I mean, like you say, it's Disney. They don't want to pay, but at the same time, it's Disney. It's not like they don't got the bread to give away if they wanted to.
I mean, they don't want to give away $50 million, though. They probably going to settle, honestly. She's probably going to get some bread from it. She's not going to get $50 million, though.
Mm-hmm. Could y'all see Sco Jo getting blackballed like Megan Fox did?
Yes, sir. From Disney.
I don't know.
I mean, from Disney, yeah. I mean, they already got her replacement. They truly never need her again.
Well,
I mean, Disney.
I was talking about this with my wife the other day, and I felt like it is similar to the Megan Fox situation, where like I don't know what Sco Jo's personality is outside of just acting in films. So like I feel like she had more of like an outside personality where I actually care what she says, or I'm interested in her life outside of the movie she plays in, and I guess being attractive in some ways. I would feel like it'd be harder to blackball her. But in this case, I feel like if they just replaced her with another good-looking white woman, we probably wouldn't notice that she was blackballed.
Yeah.
Just from what I've seen her in so far. And the fact, like I said, that I don't see what her personality is outside of her acting in movies. I mean, she got the money. The fact that she was losing $50 million, I'm like, well, how much did you make off this shit?
Good.
At least, like, you still made some shit. Oh, okay. That's still good.
Right. I guess I want to see her net worth. Like,
yeah, I mean, she's been in quite a few films before.
Knew she really had money, but
they say 165.
Her in a couple of films.
165 million?
Yeah.
Oh, she
okay.
That's her net worth?
That's what they say.
Wow. For having no personality, great for her, man. Kudos to her. Retired.
A lot of that because of Disney though, so she gotta be careful.
You think so?
I think so.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
She was popular. She won like.
She was definitely popular before Disney though, bro. Right. She was major, leading films.
It's coming from something else.
Lead no film.
No.
Let me see. Scarlett Johansson's. What do you call that? A discography?
Filmography.
Yeah.
Like, okay, Lucy.
But she got paid off that.
I forgot.
She was in Ghost in the Shell but she was still the main character.
Sing probably did well, but I don't know how much money she got off that.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, didn't know that either.
I gotta see that.
Home Alone 3, I ain't know that.
Let me do this research real quick.
Oh, I gotta watch that.
Wait, there was.
I don't know how they make a 2 off that.
What the fuck?
That makes no sense.
I don't know how the fuck they made a 2 off that, bro. That's a cash grab. If I'd never seen it.
Yeah, that's pretty wild.
Yeah. Yeah, she doesn't have that many, really. I would have thought one of the movies, I'm like, damn, she was in that. I guess she was in Her. I think that movie did decent.
Oh, that's what I'm telling you, bro. I'm telling you, that's Disney.
Wait, Her is Disney?
No, I'm saying most of her shit
No.
came from Disney. She has a spy business like soon.
Yeah. Oh, damn, she got siblings and shit, too? Who knew?
She was a little kid in Home Alone 3. I would not have recognized her.
Yeah, I mean, I know she's been in the game for a minute.
Hey, off Home Alone, I don't know how big of a check they cut her, though. It probably wasn't much. Child actor.
Yeah, they gave her like 500.
So she ain't getting none.
Damn, she only 5'3". She little as hell. I thought she was taller than that. All right, but yeah, I don't know. We'll see what happens. I think she'll get something. I agree with Don. I think she'll get.
Best of luck to you, Sco Jo. Hopefully, you act in Lucy 3 next year.
Not 50 mil.
Wow.
Get your ass in Lucy 3. Anybody read the Bleach chapter? All right, bet. Okay, let's talk about that. So Bleach dropped a special one shot, which I don't know if it's Kubo getting us for a 3rd round or what.
Oh, it's an actual build-up?
But he's doing what Kubo does with the Bleach rollouts, and he's laying the hype. I was thinking about this before we started recording. I would say, like, Kubo probably... He might be second on my list at building hype. First goes to Mr. Toshi, I believe his name is. Toriko's author. That guy builds hype like nobody's business. But fucking Kubo, he just knows how to, like, put a little element in there. It's like, damn, I at least want to read the next chapter, though.
Right. This is what I gotta say, bro. it's few niggas on this planet that like I've never met that I want to slap the shit out, and he one of them. Cause like I'm over here reading this chapter, I'm like, oh, it seems like they trying to do like a little Boruto joint, and I'm like, yo, like this kind of looking clean. I have to calm down, like, hey, this that nigga Kubo, bro, he fuck up, and be like, that was it. I quit, bro. I'm out.
Right. I was pissed. Like overall for a comeback chapter, I'll be honest, it was good. Like I enjoyed reading it, and he definitely seasoned some shit for the next arc. My thing is just like it's Kubo, so I'm like I feel like a letdown's coming along.
Ooh.
Yeah.
To
release
Soul Reaper, who did like sign language on their sword for to release.
He gave you a lot of meat in there, and I like that it was like, he showed off the kids, but that wasn't the focus. It was really like what people were here for. Like, what are the old niggas doing? So I thought that was good. Like you said, the abilities they popped out was kind of interesting. I was also interested in chick that did the shit with the claws, where that bear mouth came out, and she was just like, I was like, what the fuck was that a release? Is that just you on the regular? Yeah. That shit was cold.
Yeah, and I'm wondering, is there some kind of like her nails?
It's tough, man. After Burn the Witch, I'm just like, yo, bro, you gonna do it to us again? Because they called this shit a one shot, but they definitely set it up as if an arc is about to kick off. So I'm like, bruh.
I tell you this, I won't watch it.
I feel like you think I'll put it this way to the whole group. You think if the anime does well enough, it would cause like that final season, it would cause them to push Kubo to start writing again, and he would actually do it. Or you think he'd still just be like, fuck it?
I feel like just based off of what I hear about how stressful it is being a mangaka, I feel like after niggas do hundreds of chapters of any type of manga, I can't see them wanting to get back up in there.
They do it though. They always come back up with one shot.
I mean, that's the thing.
After a series end, they always come back up with a new series just to try again. I don't think money be that long. I think they be going broke for real.
They told Kishimoto to sit down, and then they brought his ass right back up to finish Boruto because that shit was trash. They said, "Bro, we gonna need you to come back to writing this shit."
He do it for a bag. Shonen Jump, they'll throw a bag at his ass.
Oh yeah.
Especially now with all the new like young kids just getting into Bleach, for sure.
See, no, you go ahead.
This is what I'm gonna say. I'll go. All right, I'm gonna say this. One, like I said, we had hard soil evidence proof. Like we went to Japan and there was not one Bleach article in that whole country, bro. That nigga, and you know how they take honor out there, bro. That nigga, if he gets the hype, if somebody like, yo, because I just read that chapter, he gonna get a lot of niggas. A lot of niggas gonna read that chapter and like, bro, I'm ready for Bleach Part 2. And if the anime
it's like you said, it's about Japan though. If they fuck with it, then it's something.
I was just about to
if niggas over here fuck with it, that shit don't matter for real.
I was gonna ask.
I don't know. We're getting a bigger voice though now. With all the shit that we're pumping, we're getting another My Hero movie and all this other shit.
The anime and movies, that's different. I'm talking about for him to write chapters where he makes his money from people buying like the actual manga. That's still coming from Japan.
Question:
so, like,
do y'all know if Japan felt like the end of Bleach flopped?
Yeah, that's what Player 5 was just explaining.
Okay, I thought he was saying just in America.
Absolutely.
Okay.
No, that was when we went to Japan. There was no Bleach stuff sold. Like, we couldn't find Bleach anything.
Period. You couldn't find. I was looking for Ichigo, and like they got whole stores devoted to anime figurines.
That is tough.
They erased the existence.
And they have not one Bleach shit in there.
No, but I really feel like I need Kubo to do what Akira Toriyama was doing, which is just like, I hate that y'all niggas is talking shit, so I'm just gonna come back and write some shit. But he does it in like a very petty way, where he's like, I'm gonna show y'all I got the talent, but that's all y'all getting from me. Like, y'all know I still got it, but I'm not gonna finish it for you. Fuck you.
That nigga said he Michael Jordan come back up in the gym just to do a couple dunks, do a couple couple threes, and be like, all right, I'm out, y'all.
Exactly.
Just a little taste.
Yeah, so fuck him for that. But speaking of manga, I forgot to add that other thing. They did just drop a chapter last week, a one-shot chapter for My Hero. to pre-set up another movie that they're dropping, where apparently they're going to America and doing like a crossover with heroes there. I don't know if anybody read it, but
I didn't read it. I just saw
I
the
did
trailer
read
of
the
movie
chapter.
itself.
They did show some American heroes, and none of them were heroes that you know. So I'm a little bit disappointed because I'm like, this would have been a great opportunity to do like a My Hero Marvel or My Hero DC kind of crossover thing. It didn't even have to be like the biggest heroes. It could have been like fucking Swirl Girl or somebody, but it seems like a missed opportunity there because they're gonna go to America and then we just gonna see some Spider-Man ripoff type of like the cheap holographic cards you used to get, Pokemon cards. You're gonna see that type of shit for American heroes, right? But your boy Captain Celebrity might make an appearance then if they doing that.
Yeah. Hey, that's me. My boy Captain Celebrity code. Hey, if Captain Celebrity show up, and that means
this recent chapter though was seasoning
that,
it though.
the
They said some vigilantes was out there,
and he the
so
real nigga that deserves.
Your boy might pop up.
Yeah, and then vigilantes, they just been boosting this guy up.
Still as a vigilante?
Damn near up there with Endeavor shit. Fuck it. That nigga cold now, bro. Like his power done evolved so much, he can just fly if he want to. Like he's faster than Ingenio. So he got like super speed.
Hold on, how do you go from
fucking
fucking sliding across the ground to shooting laser beams? Where does that shit come from?
They just they slowly developed it to it making sense. Like it went from like, oh, he's like sliding off the ground by slightly repulsing. Well, then he concentrates it to make like a repulsive blast. Then it's like, well, why don't you just repulse but farther from the ground? You can fly now. You know what I'm saying? Then his speed just slowly ramped up until it was like,
that's
oh, this
sliding
dude's
on
faster
me.
than
He
Endeavor.
flies
Endeavor
now?
one of the fastest niggas in the show. So,
oh shit, okay.
This nigga just
yeah, he flies, shoot beams, all that. Yeah, he can keep up with them. He like.
Well, last
he
piece of decent news is Suicide Squad. I know I'm the only one here that watched it, so I'll make my review real quick. It was better than the last Suicide Squad, I'll say that. But it's more or less a action flick. Like the storyline is not anything you haven't seen before. I don't know what that type of action movie is called, but it's that type of action movie with DC skin is basically what I would call it. There wasn't anything like super great about the villains in there. A lot of gory action and comedy. Overall, it was like, if I had to rate it, I give it like a decent plus. But like, if you're already like, I don't fuck with the DC universe, this movie is not going to change your mind. If you fuck with DC and you still have hope, this won't give you that much hope, but you'll be like, hey, they're not making shitty movies anymore. That was basically my summary of it. I liked Idris Elba's part in the movie. I thought he was dope, but once again, it just felt like it felt like a Zack Snyder version of Suicide Squad, where they were like, oh, this is kind of the story we wanted to tell, but like, we couldn't get Will Smith to do it again, so now we got Idris Elba doing the shit Will Smith was doing. Overall, yeah, I would say if you're a DC, you have hope in the DC movies, you're going to end up watching it anyways. If you don't, you're not going to miss anything if you waste your time, if you don't watch this movie. So, decent plus for me.
You ever check out Harley Quinn?
Yeah, I like that show, actually.
From the trailer, it kind of gave me the vibes of the show. Did that turn out being true?
Harley has a minorish role in the movie, I would say. Like, as much as you would have expected her to have it, she actually doesn't have that much spotlight. She gets some moments. And then also there's like I overanalyze movies, so I felt like some of the shit she was pulling out based off of what I know Harley Quinn to be makes no sense. Like, she was taking out armies of battle-trained and hardened soldiers with like accurate precision, like headshotting these niggas, like beating up niggas with spears. Like, no matter how crazy they try to sell her to me, they can't sell what she did in that movie as like that makes sense for Harley Quinn to be able to do. I'm sorry, that shit didn't make mercenaries coming through and you fucking bodying these niggas. Like, whoa! I thought you were like a psychiatrist. Like, where did these skills come from? So, yeah, but I would say the TV show, the Harley Quinn TV show, is better than that movie in my opinion. All right, so yeah, that's it then for Suicide Squad. So if y'all watched it, let us know what y'all thought about it. If you didn't watch it, probably don't waste your time, I guess. Someone said missed opportunity to turn that spear into a mallet. I 100% agree. I don't know why they gave her a spear. So yeah, let's jump into the anime segment. Let's do the Sasuke versus Deku, who had the better exit. So, Player Fire, you want to set the stage for that one?
Okay. So I guess what we're talking about here by better exit is like these guys were with a group, right? Sasuke with Team 7, Deku with Class 1A, and then they eventually leave to do their own thing. Sasuke leave to get touched on by Orochimaru and get a little stronger, I guess. And Deku left Class 1A to protect everybody, as everybody knew he had all for one for all. Y'all know what I mean. So who had the better exit?
I'm gonna go. I would go Sasuke.
Man, I don't know. That's tough for me to
only
say.
Because
right now
his exit also caused like what I would say is more interesting character development than what I saw with Deku's exit. Like we just saw the character development that caused now, and I think it was huge what he did for Bakugo. But I could argue that Naruto versus Sasuke was kind of like the same culmination of that too, in a way. Just that we got a action, like we got a fight versus just like a talk no jutsu, whatever the fuck you want to call that. But I think like watching Shikamaru, Neji, all those characters like come up and whoop ass was better to me than what they just try to pull out to bring Deku back in this case.
I agree. I think Sasuke was better just because he actually left. Like Deku, like he was gone for a couple chapters, but based off the most recent, then it gets back with the squad, so he didn't even leave for any long period of time. And then, like you said, the Sasuke retrieval arc, to me, that's one of the better arcs. I think, I don't even know if it's a full arc, but one of the better like small portions of an arc in Naruto. Like you said, seeing all of them get the respect they deserve on those one-on-one fights. And even at the ending fight now, Sasuke versus Naruto, how it's the same thing that happened in Shippuden, I think it was much, much better.
I feel like Deku leaving was kind of cheesy. You probably see that a lot where somebody says, yeah, I'm going to make the ultimate sacrifice of myself just to try to protect everybody else. And I'm like, yeah, I think I've seen that story a million times already, so I wasn't really all that engaged with the way he left. Whereas, Sasuke, he was just like, yeah, fuck y'all niggas, I'm out.
And to me, Deku was just a lame character, bro. He's like, there's nothing that nigga is lame. Like, he should not be a main character.
See,
wow.
I personally just believe that, well, what sucks about it is that I think the potential was there. Like, how do I phrase it? Like, what I think is actually lame, yet not lame, because the actual arc of the Sasuke retrieval was, like, mad decent. But as far as how it happened, just thinking about Sasuke leaving, I barely think about it as Sasuke leaving. Almost like Sasuke just got manipulated and kidnapped. So that's why I don't really, like, see it as, like, hardcore him leaving. Deku was more of a, I'm making this decision to leave and actually becoming mad cold in a very, very short amount of time if you really think about it. And I think the potential could have been even greater as if there was still more of a time gap of him being gone, or them just doing it again where at this fight, he actually bodies all 1A. And then actually creates like a little bit more drama for them having to come back, or doing more of a one-on-one with Bakugo and Deku a little bit later. But I just think Deku folded too quickly, where I think he might have been able to catch W's if he was a little bit more serious in this fight itself.
Yeah, so if he went through and bodied entire Class 1A, I probably would I would be saying Deku shit was different. But he didn't.
Right.
He told
It's
it he
just-
gave, and like he got talking on jutsu low key.
Yep. Yes, he did.
Right.
No, all I said was yes, he did.
Well, go ahead. Were you saying something? You know something? That's interesting. I did not expect everybody to feel that way because I felt like the exact opposite. I ain't gonna lie. I felt this shit was hard, bro. And so hear me out. I felt that all of it made sense with like the grand story of My Hero Academia. Like, so to mention something Jugga talked about, we said that Deku's turnarounds were really quick. I mean, it made sense to Deku's character. Deku has always been a plotting, from literally the first time we see him, he's plotting, thinking, calculating. But now we see how that affects him negatively. Like, yes, his plotting, thinking, and calculating allow him to, in 4 months of a time skip, he go from being weaker than ever to probably being able to trash everybody in the top 3 by himself if he wanted to. You know what I'm saying? Like, but at the same time, he also overthinks what happens with All For One. Everything Deku thought would happen actually is happening. As soon as he go back in the UA, they like, nigga, we don't want you here. You a target. Like, Deku was right. And even All Might and Bakugo point out, they say, bro, you're right. This is what All Might would have did. But unfortunately, we can't live in an All Might world. And I think that's important because unlike those other bullshit shows like Naruto that piss me off, where they say, oh, the old niggas was always right. Like, we see more realism in that the world is changing. You can't do the shit the old niggas did. Because even if you got the power, that don't mean shit. It's different. You got to evolve. And my man is doing that. He evolving. And the thing why I say, yes, he got talk no jutsu, but I fuck with it is because it wasn't the main character spitting an ideal at an enemy. It was a main character who taught that. We saw him teach that ideal to everybody that talked to him. They flashed back to the moment where he taught them that ideal, and then they had to put it back on this nigga. So it wasn't just like a we talking. Them niggas, he planned that shit from the beginning. That's hard as fuck to
I just think it was a little too easy. That's all.
I thought it was
I still felt like there should have been a little bit more either conflict or a more in-depth fight until
let's be
they
real,
hit that. Because to me, I mean, I personally see it as your resolution wasn't really that strong if this is what only
that's all
to come back. That's
and I felt like those little flashback moments were very insignificant. I feel like it was similar to like the nigga just walked up one day and said, "Yeah, I got this extra sandwich, bro. Here you go." And they were like, "Oh my god, I'm going to change my life," and then they're basically bringing it up as a flashback. I'm like, nigga, some of these situations are very insignificant, and you over there trying to use this shit to try to bring him back.
But that's definitely cap, bro. Most of the situations they brought up were life or death situations. Dude, that's cap. My nigga Mineta brought up when they first got attacked by the JSU. My nigga Ida brought up when that nigga was about to kill him.
I didn't say that all of them were trash. I said some of them were trash.
My nigga,
I actually agree with from a story writing standpoint. I think that the Deku whatever exit was written better than the Sasuke exit, but I like kind of to Jugga's point. Well, I don't agree that as manipulation, but I feel like Sasuke's leaving had to happen, and I just think that why I give it to the Sasuke win is more on like that character development piece than it is on Deku's thing. Because Deku, I think the beauty of it was the rivalry part. I think they handled the rivalry a little bit better than Naruto and Sasuke's situation, with how Bakugo basically kind of like came back around, explained how he, gets it now and apologized for like the bullshit that he did. I don't feel like, I mean, that showed a lot of maturity, right? But I feel like in the Sasuke situation, the fight was what we were leading up to, and we didn't really care about the words after anyways. So that's more why I'm like, oh, okay, that sucked. But I felt like, like I said, everything we saw the side characters do in Naruto and Sasuke situation was way better to me than what I saw the side characters do in the Deku situation. Because, like, to me, I don't feel like half of what they did was, like, real power-ups. Like, I get that as a group they kind of proved that they shouldn't be left alone, but I felt like they still didn't prove that they could, like, take on the thing, like, take on the threat that's actually facing them. That was my issue. And I felt like if they showcased that more, I probably would have leaned more towards that one being better. But I'm like, after this, like, if y'all can take out some of these other villains, but like, you're not showing to me that you can really take out a Dobby unless all 10 of you niggas are there trying to take out a Dobby. You feel me?
Yeah, I was disappointed with that too. I thought it was gonna be like where it really is gonna be like maybe the top 3 fought him, and then they beat him like that. If they did that, then I'd have been cool with that. And then one more thing is just when Sasuke leaving to me progressed the story. I mean, that's kind of the whole reason for the entire Shippuden for the most part, at least for the first part of Shippuden. But Deku leaving, that did nothing at the end of the day, because you could skip that entire. He could have never left, and there wouldn't really have been any change in the story, right? Nothing really changed. Him leaving and going on his own, working with Endeavor, he could have did that stuff in school. He could have still been friends with all of his friends. That didn't change anything. Nothing changed with the story. So to me, it was kind of just like a waste of time almost.
Actually, that's a good point. I would actually support that minus the Bakugo maturity scene. That's probably the only thing. So, I mean, if you look at it, like,
before that even happened. So,
that's funny. So this was really a Bakugo retrieval arc. Oh, shit.
I mean, you could argue that, I think.
Hold on now. So are we all going to discount the fact that my man spent 4 months training with the top 3 heroes and literally went from?
No, I think he's saying that could have still happened without him leaving.
I don't think without that real world experience that would have happened.
I argue otherwise.
I'm saying he didn't.
My man got 4 months.
Him leaving is the thing of cutting off his friends. That's what I consider to be leaving, right? I don't think he get to cut his friends off for that. Right? He didn't have to ghost their ass.
Yeah, so we promoted you to. Right, like, nigga, you in the expert class now. That's it. It's just like he would have came back to the UA school just tired. Like, damn, they beat my ass again, and then niggas would be like, "Oh, that sucked, bro."
Boom.
Oh, you get next time.
Right.
That's fair.
And
Yeah.
so good job, Bakugo, for this arc, I guess.
Quick question though: do y'all feel like that nigga's Sasuke has Stockholm syndrome?
No, he killed that nigga, right?
What do you mean?
Mm-hmm. We tried
to kill that nigga.
When he fell in love with the captain.
As a result of Orochimaru, with him actually staying with that nigga, considering that.
Can you define Stockholm syndrome for me again?
Basically, like, you know, somebody essentially, if somebody were to kidnap you or whatever, and then essentially you end up having the idea that, I guess you shift from having that victim mentality to feeling like you actually belong here, in a sense.
Gotcha.
I look at it as more of like you start to get some like feelings toward the person, like the person that kidnapped you, for example, you start to fall in love or some other kind of emotional feelings.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
I don't feel that from Sasuke at all.
Yeah, he didn't have that at all.
Get free, you like, damn, I kind of missed that nigga.
That nigga he was. I think that entire time he was plotting on that nigga.
He tried to kill that nigga the first thing.
Not once did he go.
Yeah. That's my I think it happened when he kidnapped. That nigga decided to go. Yeah. And as soon as he was strong enough, he said, fuck it, I'm out.
Yeah. I mean, the only thing you could argue might have been Stockholm Syndrome to a degree, but I think it was like no choice, was what they did at the war, where he kind of reached out to Orochimaru to help him resurrect them niggas. Then you saw like a little bit of friendship.
I wouldn't even say that.
That would be...
I wouldn't even say that.
That would be my only thing.
Sasuke only saw, like, from the point of him leaving, he only saw people, period, as tools, to summarize.
Right to this day.
Like, he...
Arguably to this day, this nigga still sees him that way.
You know...
So... I don't know.
What you mean?
I'm just like, I'm crazy. It's crazy to me that Orochimaru got off his charge.
Alright, there's niggas out here doing worse stuff. Like, Zabuza was definitely out here murdering niggas.
No jail time?
Yeah, man, Orochimaru was doing the same shit.
But like,
he was doing experiments on niggas. He was kidnapping and doing experiments on niggas from all over the world.
That nigga founded his own country to do that shit in.
Facts.
Bro, he directly...
Also,
you can't even talk. Y'all talking about the third Hokage? He assassinated the Sand Village of Hokage first, nigga.
Yeah, that nigga too. That nigga was doing experiments in the village.
Yes, exactly.
This nigga niggas see up today that's like, yo,
walk around the
that
village.
nigga took my
Hey,
gun.
what y'all gonna do about it? What y'all gonna do about it?
Y'all ain't gonna run up though.
Right. Hardest nigga in the clan.
Only a few niggas can run up on his ass.
And
Exactly.
that's the thing. It's like
Exactly.
they really. Who's taking them in? Who's
Nah,
taking
that's it.
That's it. Yeah, that's it.
But the thing is,
much paperwork.
but here's the thing though.
Right.
Even if you were,
I feel like my own son.
even if you were to capture this nigga and throw him in jail, you know he gonna slap out that bitch somehow. That nigga is way too slithery.
Like, bro, imagine being one of the living
Hey, that's-
experiments. Like, imagine you just got a fucking snake growing out
But
your
then you
face
could
for the rest
argue
of
what's
your
her
fucking
face
life.
because she was
This
also an
nigga
experiment.
Ricky Martin is walking
Uncle,
around like-
her fat ass is just chilling now. She don't look hurt by it. Before she
Also
was
fat.
she was traumatized first time there. Oh, I hate that nigga Richie
No,
Martin.
now that's
One
Stockholm
time, She
syndrome a
chubby
little
as
bit.
hell eating whatever the fuck takoyaki and chilling, bro.
Fat now?
Huh?
She's fat now?
Yeah, you never seen her?
Yeah,
I
I
haven't.
don't know.
they plumped her up in
Yeah.
Tokyo, bro.
Yeah. He actually likes to refer to
Dick
her
is
as
whoever fucking Choji married. Uncle's just chubby, bro. Chill out. That fat didn't go to the right areas. It just sat on her neck.
I support that. You know,
You said what?
if they showed he found him a black queen, I support that.
The big facts.
Oh, 100%. Choji was a real one from the jump, bro. Honestly.
Top 5.
He's a top 5. Oh, well, that's a perfect segue into the next topic. Our favorite Naruto clans. We're just sharing, I guess, some clans that we fuck with. Whoever wants to go first can jump right in.
Akimichi clan. Don't sleep on like the human expansion jutsu, bro. Like he's one of the. I think he's literally well for what they say. Like there's like 3 or 5 like Naruto royalty clans, and he like the Akimichi clan be up in there for a reason. So 100% F with Choji since the jump, bro.
And I just want to say, now they're officially a black clan also, so that's something too.
Also facts though, bro.
All right, so Akamichi.
I'm gonna go with the.
Other than that, I mean, you got to go with Shikamaru's clan. I mean,
Really?
they're going to be like the right hand to the Hokage for the rest of the time. Shit.
See,
Pretty much.
my issue with the Nara clan is that I feel like it's more what they put in the clan than their actual abilities. And it really, I've only seen that showcased through Shikamaru and his father, which is just that it seems like they create smart niggas. But I don't know if that's necessarily true for the whole clan. Like, I don't know if Shikamaru's dad has a cousin that's just a dumb nigga with shadow binding jutsu. You feel what I'm saying? Like,
We don't know that about any clans really. We know his dad and Shikamaru. I assume that Shikamaru's kid is also gonna be smart as fuck, which he is. And his kid's gonna be smart as fuck, and his kid's is gonna be smart as fuck.
oh, you putting that on the whole line, huh? Okay.
Yeah, that's a real ass plan.
I mean, might as well if we think about it.
I'll let you have it.
I mean, for the big clans, we know what? We know the kids and pretty much their parents.
Yeah.
More
I mean,
So-
they have some siblings because I believe that Kiba had some siblings,
Yeah.
like a brother or something.
Kiva, yeah.
He's the only one who's
He
actually
has
like,
he has like a big
more
sister,
influence.
but
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to toss mine out. If we're talking about Leaf Village, I'm going to say the Aburame clan just because of what
Facts.
Shino has done with that ability. Like, I mean, these niggas control bugs, but these bugs eat chakra. And I just feel like that's one of the ones where, like, it was probably pretty dangerous early on if you didn't know much about the clan. Because bugs are just
Right.
bugs. And especially in the environment they have, dark most of the time,
Right.
you in the forest. Like, I just see hella, you don't have to try that hard to be good with that ability. And then on top of that, Shino just actually is a smart nigga before Boruto. So, I fuck with the Aburame clan. I don't like bugs, but I thought what they did with bugs was the most interesting I've seen in any anime.
I was actually going to go a similar route, just for the sake of companionship and always having a rat-a-dat nigga with you. I was going to go with the Inazuka clan, basically Kiba's clan, just
Really?
because I fuck with having dogs, man. And if I can have me a dog companion that's out there throwing hands with me too, oh yeah, on some Pokemon shit, I fuck with that.
I mean, the concept is good. I just think they undersold it.
Oh yeah, they definitely did. But I'm still
It's
fucking
just-
with the clan.
But don't forget about the summons, y'all. Don't sleep. They did give us some hype moments about the clan. They just didn't really go into detail beyond that. But that summon that he pulled out against Sakan and Ukon definitely was unexpected.
Yeah.
That's all I'll say. Well, fusion,
The
summon, whatever the fuck.
transformation. Yeah.
You talking about Kibo?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't remember that.
But
Or against the twins when he comboed with Akamaru to make the huge dog.
Fucking doing
wow.
drill moves and
Anyways,
Damn.
that's tough.
Whoopity whoop.
That's tough. Player 5, you got yours?
shit. The nigga definitely froze.
Rose.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's going in and
I
out.
haven't seen him coming in now.
Wow, he froze
Yeah,
with
right?
that face too. Really?
Tough.
The thinking face.
Real
right?
life out here.
This kid planned it.
Yeah, but I mean, some honorable mentions. Like, I think I would be interested to see more of the Cloud Village's clans as well, like how they actually break down. I don't feel like we got a whole lot of detail on that. I just know there's black people there, but I can't assume that all of them are from the same clan. I'll put it that way. And then one I was always really interested in once I seen him was Dust Release Homie. Like that dude who basically just like creates a bomb out his hands.
The
Yeah,
Tsuchikage?
I really fucked with that ability for some reason. So, however that clan is structured, I'd be interested to know more.
I don't even was that really clan based or more like Jutsu?
I thought the Dust Release was
I can't
still
remember.
probably related to their shits. I don't know if it's clan based or not, but it definitely seems like it might be something that's specific to his village at the very least.
Yeah, I don't know if it's
Yeah.
a clan thing, because I think the mummy guy had the same thing, right? His mentor.
Yeah.
Right.
But I don't think they were related.
Yeah.
But somehow, I guess it might just be a village thing. Certain people have that shit. I don't know.
So yeah, that'd be something I'd be curious in learning more about at least.
Yeah.
Oh, we mentioned it before, but the Sarutobi clan.
Yeah.
With the third Hokage, Asuma.
Yeah, I feel like
I take the points off because niggas are dead. Oh, is anyone alive in that clan still?
no. Asuma's
technically
kid.
Konohamaru.
Yeah.
Technically Konohamaru.
Yeah, Konohamaru,
is
yeah.
part of that.
And Asuma, doesn't he have a kid with an old girl?
Right.
Genju?
That's right.
Never mind.
Yeah,
Because if
yeah,
your clan
yeah.
is dead, they can't really put too much respect on you. Though. You're just
Damn.
dead.
Tough. So what about the first Hokage's clan?
He did.
So
He
you
did.
wouldn't put respect on him? That
I
would
know
fall?
Tsunadi's in their clan too. So
Is she dead now, or is she
That's
still
fair.
alive in Boruto?
Not, I think it's still
I
alive.
mean, but doesn't matter if she gonna have any kids. Nope.
That's true. I died with her.
Yeah.
Whoop.
she could do it.
She could do what?
Have kids.
She might be.
I guess so.
She might be out of that
But
age.
wasn't she like 50 years old?
She's over 50.
No, but she.
I mean, from the start of the show, she was like,
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what I'm saying. So,
She could probably do some shit to defeat menopause. She's like a genius in medicine.
I mean,
also true.
I ain't gonna put that ahead of her.
oh god.
I mean, those first Hokage genes too, bro. I mean, the logic's there.
But
man.
that nigga Jiraiya's already dead though,
Um,
so ain't nobody busting that nut.
Tough.
Yeah. I mean, he was getting nothing from the
You
get-go.
gonna find a little young ninja.
Yeah, she low-key still looked the same.
Yeah, little sugar mama.
I just googled it. Yeah, she still looked the same in Boruto. Tough. All right.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we could talk about I mean, granted, it's not like a huge topic, but the Uzumaki clan, I think used to
No,
be
they did.
Well, I mean, Naruto got kids, bro. I know what you're saying.
Their blood is still alive. What was their special thing? Was it sealing jutsu?
It was seals, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm okay with it, but like, yeah, it's not an interesting enough ability for me to be interested in what they got going on, or at least they didn't use it in the right way in the show.
Oh wow! Wait, no, I'm mad petty. We got to talk about Hugo, obviously.
I was hoping not to go there because
Hugo
niggas was definitely gonna talk about incest running rampant up in
tough.
that
Man,
clan.
pause.
I mean, they.
Wait, there's incest up in there?
I mean,
I don't know. What's
I
the
don't
incest?
know.
I mean,
that's kind of the assumption.
like it.
That niggas don't want to fuck with anybody unless they got them eyes, and you know.
Uh huh.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
gotcha.
damn. So I guess Naruto was just the exception.
Yeah.
To the whole
I mean,
Kage.
they couldn't tell that nigga no.
Exactly.
He the hero of the village, nigga.
Right.
He said, "What you gonna do about it?"
He beat Giannis died anyway. He beat his
Right.
ass. What he gonna do?
He gonna. Oh well, tradition states that. Nah, bro. I'm taking
He
it.
said, "I don't see Neji anywhere, so you ain't gonna do shit about it."
Right.
Yeah, he's dead. So
All right, play it 5.
Damn. R.I.P. Neji, bro.
Right?
Y'all hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah.
Barely.
Yeah.
But I felt like, to me, the reason why I wouldn't put the Hyuga clan up there, while in the beginning they started off good, but it seems like as they like developed their powers, it just got more boring to me. Like it just didn't seem interesting, or it got like blasty type. Like it didn't feel like, oh, I'm just in here with the hands. It's like rotation. Then Hinata did that weird tiger thing, and then he was shooting out air blasts from his palms. I just thought it was like, okay.
And
I mean, I don't think I really put. Right. I would just say that they mostly did that simply because of how, the whole power system of the show itself was developing and how much big ups they gave to the Sharingan. That's all that was. But I don't want that to take away from the actual respect that the Hyuga clan deserves. Because I still think, well, I mean, it's not even think. I mean, they're like the best taijutsu users clan in the village itself. So.
Hey, I consider Rock Lee shit's a clan too.
No, I'm good.
The clan of
I'm
one.
about to say, like, wow.
I'm good.
My man clan.
The Lee clan, bro.
He has kids, bro.
The trash clan? Are we just dumping all trash niggas into a clan? Is that what that is?
Like, how is that not a clan?
It's because he had a child?
I mean, two people don't make a whole
Yeah,
actual
wouldn't
clan.
Tenten's clan then take over that?
Oh, he married Tenzin?
Yeah, that's why dude uses weapons.
That's tough.
For real?
Yes.
I think it back
That's,
then. Never
that's
mind.
tough.
Now,
Tough.
that's what I said. You sure you want that to be like? Because they basically just put two trash niggas together and said, keep on producing trash niggas.
You married Tenzin, really?
Yeah. Now, who else was he going to, though? Think about it. Where was the options?
I don't know.
There was no options for that,
Sakura
man.
was the only other bum bitch, and she got lucky.
Right? And Choji left the village. He said, I already see what y'all niggas on. I'm gonna find my shit somewhere else.
Black Queen,
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. He could have got somebody from the Mist Village. That would have fit. Like the serial killer bitch. That would have been absolutely hilarious. Married to Rock Lee? That should have been funny to me.
Whoa.
Because the Mist Village on some other shit. But yeah, Player 5, well, we didn't get to hear yours.
Oh yeah, I was just gonna go with my favorite unsung Naruto character, the nigga with the ice powers from the Mist Village,
Ooh, Haku?
Haku's clan, wherever it is, the ability to mix water and wind chakra to make ice chakra. I don't think all of them niggas as cold as Haku. I think Haku's clearly a prodigy. But, like, they definitely that world's version of, like, Sub-Zero's clan. I'm a literal ice-wielding ninja. That would be badass. I'm not as cold as Haku. Like, I'll come through there with all the drip, just freezing niggas.
All right. Okay, so with that, we will move on to our Stronger Than series. Who suggested this one? Whoever suggested it can take over that.
I gotta jump off, so I'm gonna talk to y'all later.
All right, peace.
Peace. All right, so
You gotta explain it.
so what?
How do I hang up this bitch?
On a
The big
there you
ass
go.
red hang up button.
Yes, sir.
but make sure but make sure you keep the browser up. Oh,
There we go.
There we go.
Too late.
He can get it. We can get it back from him later.
Yeah. So now we're gonna go over to the better ride or die than Zoro. So we were typically talking about how Zoro was basically kicking it with Luffy and basically will do whatever it takes to make sure that nigga Luffy is okay. Especially inspired from the infamous nothing happened scene after that nigga Kuma came and put all Luffy's pain into that nigga Zoro. So you can't have a bigger ride or die moment than that. Except for the cases where we actually brought up people who we feel are bigger ride or dies. So who wants to start it off?
I'll go ahead and start off with my first choice. The star of the hit show, Clover.
Clover. Let's go.
Grimberry all. Is Asta's rival. I feel like, honestly, he steals the show, but it's like, just when you expect him to be like an asshole, like when the chips are down Like, he never stops believing in Asta. Like, there literally be people looking at him, like, laughing, and he'll be dead ass like, nah, they gonna win. Why? Because Asta there. And he might right. And on me, fuck. Like, so it's just, I love it. I love it. You know, down the ride for this, bro. They not on the same team. If they was, it'd be crazy. Every time they team up, they dropping whoever.
If it was, they would have to basically make them their own. Like, they would eventually be the captain of that squad.
Right.
I will toss mine out, man. I'm gonna say Chad from Bleach, and here's why. Here's why. Chad, and I want people to think of this as from the perspective of, like, your closest friend or nigga gets tossed into some shit. Notice that Ichigo had a bunch of close friends around him in the beginning of the series anyways. Gets tossed into some shit, and you want to help him in that shit, but you can't physically, right? Like, he's fighting some fucking ghost, and you cannot see the ghost. Are you, A, still trying to fight the ghost blind? B, going the fuck home and saying, bro, I'll support you from a distance? Or C, just not talking to that nigga again? Chad chose option A, bro. He decided to fight Ghost blind for a long ass time.
That's facts.
Before, just to help his nigga out. That's it. After that, you think that would be enough, but no. He then proceeds to receive some of the biggest L's from some of the strongest characters just for the sake of friendship. He don't need to be out here in these streets. They said, Chad, we going to Soul Society. You probably can't handle it. I'm cool if you stay home. Nah, nigga, I'm going with my niggas, bro. All right, goes there. As soon as he lands in that bitch, he's bodying motherfuckers. Pulls up on probably the second or third strongest captain in the entire Bleach universe. Drops him instantly. He don't say, no, I'm quitting. He said, no, run that back for Hueco Mundo. I'm gonna go to Hueco Mundo now and run the fade with you niggas. Gets a new power, walks outside, then gets bodied by another nigga that ends up getting bodied by his friend anyways. So Chad, to me, like, if I was in his shoes, there's a bunch of points where niggas would have just like, hey bro, I realize this shit isn't for me. I'm not built for this shit. I'm gonna just go chill out somewhere. Chad Bowflexed his way into staying with them niggas. He's basically fighting all the way up just to be in the same realm as the niggas that are doing this shit on the daily.
That's fair.
Yeah.
You
That's
right.
fair.
You
I mean, he's still a bitch ass
I
nigga.
was gonna say player 5 objections. Hey,
petty, bro.
I
That's
got
petty,
no respect
bro.
for Chad, bro. I'm sorry. When
What?
everything you said made hella sense, and as an adult, I will accept that Chad technically worked with shit. As a child, when I was watching this, I was like, why is this nigga here, bro? Go home, Chad.
Wow. Come on, bro. You gave no respect to everyone using swords, and he said, I got these hands,
He a
though.
dumbass Rock Lee nigga. Go home, boy.
Damn.
This ain't for you.
Bro, he at least got some W's, though. That's the difference.
I guess.
more than you would have ever got, nigga. More than any of us would have ever gotten.
Right. I would have been my ass at home sharing my spirit energy with Ichigo.
See, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, most of Ichigo's friends in his circle chose to opt out of that adventure. They knew he was up to some weird shit, but they kept their questions very base level. Oh, why are you leaving school? Oh, I got some shit to do. Okay, bet, cool. I don't want to know nothing else.
Ichigo was like one of the most popular niggas. Like, bro, that nigga Ichigo always, you ever notice he just be talking to trees and shit? Like,
Right. They ask no questions, bro.
I'm gonna let Ichigo do him, bro.
Wow. Oh,
I'm gonna go ahead and throw in Genos from One Punch Man. Because
Genos.
literally, from the point where he met this man, Saitama, he was like, bro, I'm your fucking grunt. From this day on, wherever you go, I'm your grunt. Whoever has any problems with you, if anybody even say anything about you, I'm at their head. Even if they kill me, I'm going to come back and still be at their head. That nigga is literally willing to sacrifice himself every single time for the nigga
He's a
Saitama.
robot, though.
And that does end up happening. That does.
It's
end up
also
happening.
because he's a robot.
Nah,
though.
that nigga was definitely ready to sacrifice himself multiple times where Saitama has had
I
to stop
feel
that
you,
shit.
but he's also a robot and knows that, like, they could rebuild me, low-key.
And not every time.
I mean, like, yes
You know what I'm
and
saying?
no,
Like, is the
though.
risk
I don't
really
know about
there
that
if
one.
You know you're immortal. You get what I'm I'm saying? Like, that's where I'm like,
But I mean, there were multiple times where homie said that,
Yeah.
"Oh, this is it." Like, I mean, you know, like he low key
Exactly.
ready though to call GG. So I don't know. I feel like that's half and half because I think partially you're right. I mean, like he does throw himself in the fire a lot more often than I think a normal motherfucker would. But there are times where he's just like, "Ah, you know what? Bet," and just blow up everything and just call it.
I gotta say this. I want to point out somebody else on this list. I'm sorry if I'm stealing this from somebody, but I gotta put respect on my boy Krillin name because as we talking about all these
Bro,
bums,
he's stealing my these niggas stole my ass.
You right.
I just told you this shit. We talking about all these bum ass niggas that be getting beat the fuck up, bro. Krillin ain't been near this nigga Goku power level since Dragon Ball. Since the first
Since
tournament,
Dragon Ball, yo.
my nigga
They still call him.
That's fact.
He been out of
they
his
still ring his line.
time, bro.
Hey, we going to another universe. You trying to come, Krillin? Hey, bet I'm there. I'm there.
That nigga said, "Fuck my wife, fuck my kid."
Right?
I'm there.
He only got that wife for adventure, and that was like his consolation prize. Like, nigga, you've been working hard. You always coming out, even though we don't ask you to. Yamcha done already left the group.
And this
Here
the
you
best
go, bro.
part about all of this, bro. This is the most respect I put on Krillin. Out of fuck all that other shit we did, we know he vetted, but right here, that man was like, "Hey, bro, I'm about to send my best friend Boma and my son Krillin or my son Gohan to this wild planet. Krillin, I know my son's stronger than you, but bro, can you go watch my kid?" All right, bro, I'll slide to you. Then got killed.
Yep.
My nigga went Super Saiyan 4, then my man came back. I was like, bro, Krillin, he the coldest out there, bro. Can't got him a bad bitch the whole nine.
I give you that.
I mean, he low key risked the whole planet for her. So I mean, I still feel a little certain way about that. I ain't gonna lie, but we'll go ahead and move
Krillin
past
came
that.
into the show saying, "I'm only trying to get strong so I can get bitches." That's it. He let's go.
Okay.
Well, achieve.
You can't really do that when the whole planet blows up. But you know what? Whatever. Okay. I mean, again, I'm not trying to hash that convo right now.
If he hit,
Hey,
it's worth.
since we brought up Krillin, I just always say this every time they bring up Krillin. Hey, bro, that nigga might you say he's trash if you want to, but Destructo Disc is still that nigga's move. And every time he
That's
used that
facts.
bitch, niggas
That's
dodged,
facts.
and niggas even stole his shit. That's all I'm saying. Put some respect on my nigga
That's
Krillin
facts.
name.
Facts.
That's it.
For mine, I want to just talk about pretty much, one of the stone cold duos in anime's history, Gon and Killua, F around. Because when you see one, you see the other.
Facts.
They met, bro said, "Oh, dick. Yeah, we brothers now." And that just happened. It just pretty much insta happened since day one, ride or die, from the moment they said, "Let's ride." The entire show was more or less Gon and Killua doing Gon and Killua.
I'm telling you. Hey, let's go see what's up
So-
over here. They just some two latchkey ass kids. Like Killer was a full ass assassin, and no matter
Exactly.
how they try to make it seem like Gon had a family life, that nigga's a savage. He was a wild beast.
Yo,
He's a wild man.
yo.
He came there with a rock,
Very
low
wild,
key.
man.
That's equivalent to what? What
That's
Gon-
why he,
And whenever
he-
one
rock,
had a
paper, scissors, he
problem-
only ever picked rock.
Yep.
Rock.
That nigga said, "Rock, paper, hands."
I'm telling you. Hey, but bro, I put respect on both of their names, just like Jugga said, because like I knew Killua was like, "Yo, I'm an assassin. I ain't got no friends." All right, that makes sense. But I knew Gon was fucking with that nigga equally heavy when my man Killua put a human heart in a doggy bag, and Gon was like, "All right, nigga, we're next."
True. That's true.
Didn't even flinch.
He
He
didn't
didn't
give a fuck.
fuck, dude. That was his bro, man.
He didn't even
He
flinch.
said, "Niggas die every day, B.
I'm
Keep
telling
rolling,
you.
B."
Bro, like y'all was, I mean, he's savage. That's just it. Like Gon's like, we gonna have fun or get the job done or both. Like that's it.
Right.
That's all. Like nothing else matters, bro. But like when one was in trouble, the other one was in trouble.
I mean, especially
Each
when the
other
nigga
got
was
those
willing to
lessons
sacrifice
back.
himself
So,
when he went to his little sister. I'm gonna call it his little sister.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
basically got a wish done to basically bring that nigga going back, and it could have has any type of catastrophic damage to the world or him or whatever. He was like, "I don't give a damn. All I want is my nigga back." That's how you know you got your ride or die or whatever.
Right.
No, I feel you on that. Yeah, I won't add any more to the Krillin sauce. We could, before we jump into the worst, then we'll just put some respect on some other ones we noted. Lucy from Fairy Tail. I only put Lucy down because she did follow Natsu into every fucking thing, and she probably secretly was his like battery with the power of friendship. He was probably channeling her energy half the time.
Facts. Facts.
Red Riot, to Bakugo, at least. That nigga always seems to be around whenever Bakugo's around. You see Kaminari every now and then, but Red Riot seems to be the day one for Bakugo. Ida is another one that I called out. I don't know who put Ida out. Who wanted to put the little
Ida for Deku. I mean, Ida been fucking with Deku. He, to me, like, don't you know how had Klaus, like the first nigga to really start fucking with the commoner? I feel like Ida was that nigga for Deku. And he always with it. He slide with that nigga when he need him to.
All right.
I just wanted to point out Pikachu because that nigga been riding with Ash from day one for 20 plus years through all the L's.
That's real talk, though.
All the L's because that nigga Ash has zero strategy when it comes to fighting. I would have been left that nigga, to tell you the truth. I would have left that nigga within like year 2.
Loyal, bro. So that nigga like Jordan with the Bulls, my nigga. Like, oh my god, now I'd have been left Ash.
Exactly. So, hey, I'm gonna give it to that nigga Pikachu because he definitely stayed through the bullshit.
That's fact. I mean, he even getting like, I mean, in my opinion, he got what is that called? What is it called when you like power it when like the creators of a game power down a move or a character? Thank you. Like, cause I mean, Pokemon the show be doing Pikachu mad dirty with the nerf because with all these years, you know, Pikachu should be like level 500, like easy. So the fact that he even loses at all. Low key kind of gets on me, but anyways.
I was like, oh, okay, so is this nigga holding me back? Okay, I gotta find me a new trainer. Because I'm not getting enough experience.
That's around.
Alright.
But,
you want to move it to the worst then?
Can't think of anyone.
Yeah, niggas worse than. I'm gonna go ahead and start, because fuck this show. That nigga's Zenitsu. He supposed to be like, you know, like the side homie, the number 2. Horrible. And I know some people like him. Oh, he's cool. He falls asleep and does cool stuff. Okay, well, that's 1% of the time. The other 99% of the time, he's flaky as shit. Look, I would not trust him for anything. Zenitsu was an issue. Fact. He need to go home.
I'm gonna go ahead and throw in a very similar person. I'm gonna go ahead and throw in Usopp because that nigga is way too scary. Yep.
What?
Yep. Yep. I'm throwing in Usopp.
Wow.
I'm not saying that he's a trash person to have your back, but he's definitely worse than Zoro by a mile. Because that nigga definitely will take his fear and let that shit overcome him in many cases.
That's tough. I mean, you got to remember though, the phrase is ride or die. So maybe
that nigga finna run. That nigga said at first, I'm finna run or die. And then if they forget about me, then I'm gonna try to scope them.
Damn, you don't think Usopp's got like his actual cruise back? Like you don't think Usopp would take a body? I mean, take his own body for the crew. I think
the niggas that Zoro has faced, Usopp would definitely run first, and then try to find a way to try to snake him.
Facts, but what I'm saying is that if that like whoever we're talking about is over your head and you're in the same crew with Usopp, you think he's literally gonna run and let you get bodied? Because I don't know. I feel like Usopp has shown like some pretty decent character at times. Like I hear you. If they were alone, you know what I mean? Like Usopp 1v1, yeah, the immediate response is gonna be run. But if like you are about to die.
My nigga, Usopp
right
told Nami to fucking tell Shorty ass that Luffy was not going to be the Pirate King. That nigga was literally trying to tell her to throw Luffy under the bus. Come on, bro. Talking about, gee, if you don't say this, she's going to headbutt you and kill you.
In that sense, though, he was trying to look out for Nami, though, bro. I mean, I ain't
trying to hear the bullshit. Nami was a better ride or die than Usopp in that scene. That's all I'm going to say.
Anyway.
I mean, to Luffy. That's what I'm trying to say. To
exactly.
Luffy, yes.
You gotta be the ride or die to your captain, G.
I mean, like, I don't know. Yes and no, bro. I mean, survival's the number one, right? I mean, if you're not alive, you dead, so you can't do anything else afterwards. So I feel like it's understandable, should I say, if you got to do whatever you got to do to survive. And homie said, Nami, you really trying to die?
And that's the thing. Zoro was like, I'm probably going to die when I take all this damn pain from Luffy, so fuck it, run it.
Yeah, he ain't up there. He ain't with them niggas. That's Big Nate.
I don't know. Usopp's still my favorite character. So whatever. Anyways, next, I'm going to have to put out Vegeta, bro, because I think to this day, if Vegeta gets even a hint that he could kill this nigga Goku, it's fuck whatever we're doing, it's fuck the world, it's fuck whatever else is going on, it's run these hands right now. And it's always been there from day one. I don't know if it's changed in Super, but all the way up leading to Super, it was like, as soon as there was a moment where Vegeta thought he was finna get a come up, then it was like, Goku, run him. Now. So, look, at the complete opposite of Ride or Die, Vegeta is only in it because he has FOMO. He's like, Goku keeps getting stronger. I can't miss out on the power-ups this nigga is getting. That's why I follow him.
Big facts.
Other than that, bro,
Right.
as soon as that nigga, hey, bro, I think you're stronger than Goku. All they need is one strong person to put that shit in that nigga Vegeta head, and he's on it, bro.
That is true.
That's it.
That's fact.
No,
Vegeta ain't shit.
He's on it.
Damn. And this just came to my head, but obvious choice, Kabuto.
Kabuto from
We don't speak that name around.
So
here.
Orochimaru?
We don't.
He never wanted to betray him. He was definitely his ride or die, I thought.
We don't say that name around here.
I disagree. I mean, like, from what we saw afterwards, homie was just in it in a similar sense to Sasuke. I mean, in a way.
I didn't get that at all.
That nigga I feel like that nigga Orochimaru did not want that nigga around. He was just like, okay, I guess you ain't gonna leave me or whatever. That's
what it was. I would argue that Kabuto was more ride or die than anything. Because I remember, that's part of the reason why I hate this nigga. Because I felt like he came into the story coming off like a snivelly ass betraying type nigga, but yet he stayed loyal to Orochimaru till the end. Like, even when that nigga died, he was still low-key, I think, trying to bring him back when he was doing that half-snake form bullshit, and I think...
That was for himself, though.
And I think even in Boruto, he's still following this nigga.
Damn.
Oh, no, Boruto.
I believe so.
But...
I think that one could argue by the way he was talking that he was playing like the super long game betrayal, but like I agree with MGG is like, bro, if your long game betrayal happens after this nigga died,
what?
So that nigga right? Did, you know what I'm saying? Like you like after he did, bitch. Okay, bro. You didn't say that while he was here.
Yeah, right.
We're all that talk now, nigga.
Yeah, so I can't even count that, especially the disrespect we put on his name. He down there with lock drop, bro. I'm gonna just say, nah, he was probably a fuck nigga.
The lock drop. Man.
But yeah, I mean, on the Naruto boat, we can toss out the Sasuke one. Same thing, even to this day, now that I guess he is loyal to Naruto, it still doesn't seem genuine. I don't know if it's just me. But I felt like in Boruto, I'm still kind of like, I don't trust Sasuke.
I mean,
he definitely wasn't a ride or die.
I don't see both Naruto using his shit the same as Sasuke. I feel like Sasuke be using his shit all the time.
What you mean?
Like the second powers they got, the reincarnation god powers.
Yeah.
I never see Naruto pull out them balls, but Sasuke stay teleporting shit.
It's probably just because Kurama 2 broke him. As soon as he got full access to that, it's like, did he really need it?
Let's put it this way. Do we think if Naruto lost to Demon Fox, would Sasuke run his fade? Because Vegeta run the fade that day.
Oh, 100%.
Maybe now.
I mean, it's just so much.
Now he might have some sympathy, but if we were talking like Shippuden or beforehand, hell, yeah. That's what I say. Now, I don't know. It's up in the air now because he's whooped him into submission, I guess. But... yeah, even then, I still feel just a little bit. It went from like 50% to like 10% in Boruto, but it's never zero.
Yeah,
I'll put it that
exactly. Because because you know them niggas always want to be the Hokage. He might be like, it's my chance.
Yep.
I'm finna run the village now.
He got that shit.
And you know Sakura being that nigga head, hey, bro.
You know you better than him. That's why I chose you over him.
All right.
Ooh.
All right.
Okay, shit.
Just imagine that first day after he got whooped, how he slumped back into the village and just laid in his bed like, fuck. This nigga brought me back to this bullshit.
He really said it.
Yo.
Right?
He really said he was gonna do it. Here I am. Done.
Yeah. That shit wild. Well, yeah. Is that it for Worse Than?
Yeah.
Yep.
Alright, let's hop into the anime crossover episode and then we'll do the manga stuff.
Okay.
So this topic is anime crossover episode. So we're just going to pick 2 or more animes that we would love to see in a crossover episode.
I'm going to just go ahead and start off by being petty. That time I got reincarnated as a slime
Well, you actually do.
and Goblin Slayer.
Oh, you tripping, bro. Because you asking for Goblin Slayer to catch an L, bro.
He might kill some goblins, but after that he getting ran.
Rimaru is like, after what he just did in this last season, just for some niggas fucking with his village. I wish Goblin Slayer would try to touch a goblin in this motherfucker's land. He will fucking turn that nigga's shit inside out, bro.
Hey man, you got to see how dedicated that nigga is to the cause. If he sees that the
Rimaru's not a goblin, so minus 50 to his attack, strength, charisma, all his stats go down immediately, bro. You're not a goblin. Stats are.
But that's the thing, though. I'm just seeing him getting ready to attack a goblin, and then this nigga come and say, "Nah, bro, you don't want to do that."
But
and is he gonna say, "Nah, fuck you," and then still try to go in for the attack?
I'm gonna tell you exactly what he's gonna say. He be like, "Hey, bro, these my goblins. Don't kill him." He'll look at that nigga, goober it. I'm not hearing none of what you talking about.
Hey, player 5, didn't you say that the scariest nigga is a caveman with a rock and only one intent to kill you? That's literally what the Goblin Slayer is. A caveman
but
with
he
a rock.
only like that to goblins. This is where Rimaru fucked up. If Rimaru accidentally absorb a goblin, he get them traits, bro. Goblins
Oh yeah, 100%.
Oh, this nigga part goblin?
That's a wrap.
He said that nigga got 1% goblin either? Oh, okay, it's on.
That's all you need. To get these. Damn. I ain't gonna lie. Like if there was like one episode and like Goblin Slayer had all the stats on the village to see how he would try to execute all the goblins. That could be.
Y'all seen the Goblin Slayer movie yet?
No.
Like that nigga definitely well equipped to fight niggas outside his power range. I think it's like. I
mean, he still got a little lucky though. If we be real.
At this point, bro. At this point, he like Batman with prep time, bro. If you got a finished goblin in you, he gonna figure it out, bro. Right. You're going to hell. He might go with you.
That's true. Nah, actually, Loki, I can see that. Like he just targets only the goblin population. Maybe.
Maybe okay.
Oh yeah, 100% though.
That nigga, he got luck.
I'm gonna toss mine out there, and it's gonna be a little different, but I feel like it would be almost like in the Isekai Quartet type of show, but I want it with all of like the anime strategists. Like I want Light Yagami, fucking Lelouch from Code Geass, Shikamaru, like any like dope anime strategist you could think of. A few from some of like the gaming series, all that stuff in one show where they just like do shit. Like it doesn't even have to be. It's like a slice of life, but just with them. I think that would be the funniest shit ever because just getting out of bed will be like a detailed thought process like episode. Like, oh, well, if I go outside, no, Shikamaru always takes a shower at like 9 a.m., so I can't go to the shower right now. Like, niggas will really be breaking that shit down. I just feel like it would just be absolutely hilarious. And then a little petty, like, fights amongst each other. That'd be hilarious for me to watch.
Question, do they keep all of their little powers that they have from their respective shows? Like,
shit, I would let that. I feel like that'd make that shit more fun.
Like the Death Notebook and fucking Lelouch keeping his little eyeball power and shit.
That shit would be funny as hell. Hell yeah, I keep.
Yeah,
because
that's no. If they, I was just gonna say if they actually like kept that light as far as like a slice of life comedy. Oh yeah, I see that potential being huge.
Ooh, shit,
that could be mad decent.
Yeah. I gotta think of a new one because I ain't gonna lie, that was mine. I was like, I want to see Lelouch and Light, like,
Oh.
Light can fucking get them all their skills, all their power. Lelouch on one end of the side, Light on the other, and it's like, bro, go. Whoever take over the world win. That'd be hard. Because I'm like, bro, I don't know. That'd be hard.
That was
L with that bitch, like, bro, if L catch either one of y'all lose. That'd be the coldest fucking. Nah, niggas ain't ready for that.
Niggas ain't make it. Netflix.
I mean,
Netflix,
it's
we
low-
talking to you. Make that shit.
Right.
No,
Yo,
don't make it Netflix. You don't have a good track record.
Damn.
I mean, for slice of life comedies though, I could see it. I mean, they got Psyche. They got
Yep.
Psyche.
Yeah,
Kid.
but I mean,
Don't sleep on
like,
that
did
show.
they really produce that anime or did they just translate it?
Well,
You know,
I mean, you know what I mean. You know,
I'm
what I
talking
mean,
about
though.
Netflix original animes.
Oh,
Outside
you're
of
talking about literally
Castlevania,
Netflix make.
I'll leave Castlevania.
Castlevania
alone.
went hard.
Oh,
That's all they got.
Okay,
Castlevania. That's it.
Yeah, Record of Ragnarok. Anybody?
okay.
No.
Oh, I heard that.
High
was
school
trash.
high-rise invasion. Nope.
What about that?
Yasuke,
That show with the animals, with the fucking
All
half
those
animals and
Godzilla
humans and shit?
versions.
hey, you need to chill out on B-Stars. B-Stars. You know, not the one.
Oh, fuck! I never actually did see
B-Stars
season two.
hard.
Fuck.
No
I'm good.
That shit hard?
So I saw that
I gotta
season
see
2 pop
season
up,
two,
and I
so.
said, "Ha!" Not getting me for a second round.
I thought y'all said that shit was weird as hell.
Damn.
It is weird.
It's weird, but I thought it was decent. Season 1 B-Stars.
I don't know where you guys are getting
decent.
decent. What episode does this happen?
It's a slice of life.
Oh,
That's
okay.
why you. It is not.
Exactly.
Also, fun.
Niggas are not throwing hands.
Yep.
It's purely a slice of life.
I don't even mind the not hands. It's just like I didn't get what the plot is. The plot just figuring out who got killed, who the murderer is.
Yeah, it's the
Well, the main hidden plot.
that's like the B plot.
More or less.
The A plot really just these niggas living,
That's true.
and that's what a
That's
slice of
true.
life is. You have to be okay being like, I'm not about to find nothing crazy. I'm just about to watch these goofy niggas live.
Pretty much.
Like going through
Pretty
a
much.
I'll give it to you, bro.
Oh, okay. So mine is low key a bite from what Gramps just said and Player 5's idea from back in the day. But now that the Tempest Federation is getting like mad stacked, I think in like an Overlord like Tuma Nazarick versus just Rimuru in the country, that was gonna be crazy decent.
Yeah.
Like holy.
That would be
crap.
fucked up
Like
too.
that
though.
clash of all them.
I said that would be fucked up too because it's in the Isekai within the Isekai.
Right. I mean,
Like for
it would-
some one of
it
them,
would
it's
pretty
going to
much
be
if,
I
like,
got
a Tuma
transferred to
Nazarick was,
another
like-
world after being
Right.
transferred to another world. So it's like,
But just to see those two squads clash, especially with like the animation, the actual like planning, the strat, like it's like everything. I just think that would just be redonkulous.
yeah, that'd be hard.
Yeah. I think for me, something that would be cool, like I said, we already talked about my first one. My second thought would be like maybe I don't want to do a mashup of a bunch of different worlds, like so not quite an Avengers of shonen, but maybe like one or two separate shonen. Right now, the one that was in my head that I think I would probably like the most would probably be like Shaman King and Black Clover. I think those would work out cool, similar power system.
That's
And then
interesting.
it could just be like, oh, they've been in our world. They just like shaman niggas that deal with ghost magic. And I think that'd be cool as like a fight shonen. Yo and Asta are just like completely different main characters. And they
Hey, opposites.
we gotta do it. Yo be like, shit.
Chill out, bro.
Y'all here today, nigga.
Right? Chill out, bro.
Yo, just
Relax.
dog. If it's this the day we go, we go. Fuck it. But I think it'll be fun, or maybe like D Gray Man and Black Clover or something like that. That'd be cool. I'd enjoy it. Any random group of like non-super high tier, like I don't want like no Dragon Ball Z Naruto type niggas where they could compare and actually have a real world threat. I wouldn't mind seeing something like that.
Yeah. I can't even lie though, like two things that came up out of that. I do like the idea of like a Jump Force type of series. Like just all your favorite like big popular shonen kind of like in a series and then they could just make each episode something focused, so you see those dream crossovers you always wanted. But in addition to that, I really want like a Can Beat Goku series, like where it's just like Goku in a world at a world tournament, and it's just like, yeah, we're making you fight the niggas that have been constantly put up as niggas that could whoop your ass.
The Shonen World Tournament.
Yeah, exactly. And then kind of see who wins that.
Crazy.
I think that would be dope. And then also from like, you know, just me being petty to the DBZ fanboys, it would be nice to be able to have that documented. Like, shut the fuck up.
Yo, but that's
There
just
it
it.
is.
Like, a show like that, bro, would shake up the entire
100%.
Yeah, you can't do that.
It would be complete chaos.
Sitting down thinking about it, that'll fuck niggas' heads up. Because there's some niggas out here people not putting respect on. Because I know there's people out here be like, yo, Edward gotta be like up here.
Yep. Round one done.
Like, fighter nigga.
I'm telling you. And they should tell the stories like how they do like the Baki type of stuff, where it's just like that one up, and you don't really know who's gonna win. I feel like if they told it like a typical fighting anime, that shit would go hard. Every episode, niggas would be go at the edge of their seats, tweeting on social media like, "Oh no, this nigga gotta win."
That just made me realize right now. I would love to see Shinra versus Asta in a fight. That'd be a fun fight of niggas that's just like, bro, I'm really not going. Like, I'm about to push past my limits. I wonder who would go first with all of them.
Hey, bro. Yeah, no, that would be fun. It would have to be like, they'd have to take in information from the audience to kind of figure out how to do the matchups at first. Or it would have to be like, not maybe like a tournament where everyone ends up fighting everybody, but like a dream battle type of situation where it's just like, hey, this fight for today is just like these two random characters we pulled together or whatever. But
I would like a tournament, because then then you still get to keep speculation. You be like, hey, this nigga got knocked out in this round. If he would have, like, it don't matter, bro. Niggas,
they might have to tier that tournament up though, because
I don't know.
And it may be a timeline based thing or just like how they can scale the power levels. But yeah, go ahead.
Weight classes, quote unquote weight classes. You know what I'm saying?
That would be good.
The Goku tier versus like the light Yagami tier. You a nigga hands. Kenichi taking the normal nigga tier. Guaranteed.
That's what I'm saying. It'd be nice to see him against, like, you know, they have these weird older school ones, like even the nigga from Parasite, where his power's pretty dope, but like definitely not banging with the top tier niggas, but above normal nigga type of battle, right? Like that should be interesting.
Kenichi versus what's dude from the sumo, Hinamaru.
Oh,
that'd be a good little fight.
Wow,
that would be interesting. That would be interesting. But I think Kenichi taking that one.
He gonna feel it. He gonna feel it.
Oh, it's not gonna be an easy win at all. It's not gonna be easy at all. Because Hinamaru will take a punch to the face and be like, "Take me, Will!" What the?
He didn't even fall over.
Right?
He knocked him to the ground. That's that demon, Will.
I'll tell you.
Good shit.
All right. Yeah, that was dope. Okay,
right now, Funimation. Viz, whoever needs to see it, it's in the air, bro.
I'm telling you, just
the world tournament.
Cut us a small check. It don't gotta be big, but I mean, definitely cut us a check.
1% of the profit, bro. That'll be.
Oh, 1%, we're set. That's for life.
We ain't got talk on,
bro.
The way niggas hype this shit up,
trying to get bread,
we be set for life.
Hey, just make sure we get Disney to sign that contract in our favor, and we Gucci.
Right,
we Gucci.
Wow! Shout out to Sco Jo.
Right. We getting on that civil suit.
All right. Let's jump over into the manga section real quick.
Just one quick thing. I actually got to roll out.
All right.
So I will see y'all on the flip side.
Peace.
Peace.
All right, so I'm going to put some respect on section. I just want to call out some stuff that came out. We already talked about the Bleach one. The Chainsaw Man author also put out a one-shot, which I read. It was really long.
Oh, what?
Yeah, it was really long. Okay read, but nothing you should just jump at reading. And then the Promised Neverland author got me for a second round. He put out a one-shot called DC3. It wasn't good, and I'll leave it at that. It was a girl who is the daughter of a scientist, and this scientist was working really hard on trying to discover this thing about androids, and she, as like a 3-year-old, accidentally figured it out. Like, she was playing on his computer and figured out the one thing he needs to make it work. So because of that, the whole world is chasing after her and trying to kill her for some reason. And then her dad creates a robot of a dead friend of hers to protect her. It's a one-shot, so it just ends with that, kind of. Yep, it was a big one.
But so she is 3 years old, though.
No, she got older, and she's like an expert at running away from niggas. And then he's like, well, you need an android to help you out because you can't just keep doing this by yourself.
You know, I feel like he was like, damn, the only part of Promised Neverland was good was the runaway aspect.
Yeah.
The whole manga.
100%.
If he went that hard, I'll fuck with it.
Right.
It becomes something. We'll see.
It won't. It was a one shot. I don't think it's coming back. And then Chojin X was another one that's been circulating in my reads. It was done by the Tokyo Ghoul author. It is very, very weird and hard to get into at first, but I'm kind of just sitting with it to see what pops off. That's it from me.
The only real manga highlights I wanted to just put some respect on was Deku versus 1A, which we got to talk about a lot because we kind of already talked about it.
This is an anime, or are you talking about just now in the manga? Oh, shit, my bad. Manga highlights.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I thought that was kind of cool. You know, like I said, I already explained how I thought, you know, it went down. But, yeah, I think Deku versus 1A was cool. I would have liked to see a little more dirty Deku, but...
Yeah.
The one thing that was surprising about me was how they fortified UA. That bitch looked like a prison. Like, they pulled up on Tartarus at first.
Right.
Oh, shit, that's UA.
And they said the walls is just the beginning of it. I was like, niggas got barriers and shit? The fuck going down?
I'm like,
where is this at?
Damn, like, yo, nigga, like, if I saw that, that would make me scared. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, that does not do a good job of alleviating the social pressure. Like, I'm like, damn, we gotta be behind this. Oh, y'all really get y'all ass beat up.
Right. On it.
Yeah. And then the other thing I wanted to put respect on was the Devil arc in Black Clover. You know, Saint Stage, Noelle. Noelle finally admits she loves Asa, although she don't deserve him. I'm Team Mimosa over here. Shit.
How'd you feel about support mage Real? Because I was kind of surprised that they took that turn with his character. I'm just assuming at this point forward he's a support mage.
That move was so cold.
It was out of nowhere. I was like, nigga, how does painting turn into like, oh yeah, you're fucking, what was it, the mana like doesn't deplete or something?
No. Worse than that. If it was that, I'd be like, okay, that's kind of cool. It's even more OP. You can't even die in there.
That's wild.
You can't die.
For like a certain period, that I'm saying. Like, they showed the potential when he was taken over by the elf. It's like, bro, he can literally make a world, more or less. Yeah. And they just, like, blew that up. So it's just like, woo. He popped up, after seeing this, in my opinion, he popped up a little bit. Yeah. So after all this over, we could probably re-rank.
Did y'all read the latest chapter?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So that end, Mr. Nazel. Are we putting respect on his name? Because
not yet. We gotta see. Hold on. You never know. I always thought he had potential. They just underplaying him hardcore. But I mean, he just reminds me of Gara. So I mean, it's not like I can sleep on him.
Say this, that nigga a fucking bitch.
That's what I'm saying.
A bitch. Nigga, we already stated that Nama and Lilith, you could feel they spirit pressure from the motherfucking Clover Kingdom. So you know when Magicula came out, everybody knew she was out. They were like, dang, they about to die over there. That's crazy. He waited. He was like, oh, wait. Oh,
they still alive?
Let me because if Asta made it from where the fuck he was before,
that's true.
That's true. He was playing some games. Yeah. And they're really going to have to pull out something inventive, like how they did for Real, where it was just like totally left field for me to buy into Nazel right now. Because all he did was put her in a silver cage.
I mean, that's strong enough that he could block her attack. I think that shows already he a captain. But it's like, I think this should be Noel's W. I think he should just support her.
Yeah.
I mean, that's definitely going to end up being the case. The question is still how. I mean, like for me, the hype is there after Real. And I was still wanting to see more Charlotte, still low-key a little bit.
Yeah, that shit was kind of trash. What, the big old spear? I said, I think we already got enough spears, bro. Come up with something.
I was like, man, why everybody doing like Valkyrie things?
Right.
Get your own motif.
Right. I mean, if anything, Luck showed out like more than Charlotte just now, and did y'all Buddy being alive? Effing Gaja?
But that's
I was surprised he was even still alive.
That's because of Real spell. Basically, he said he was like, I'm as good as dead after this. I might as well make something happen. So I think real spell caught him like right before he died.
Yeah. Okay. I'm hoping we get I find that also funny too, because it's kind of like, it's not really, but I like to think of it as like a jealous thing where like there's like, we can only be 2 lightning users, my nigga. One of us gotta go, and it's not gonna be me because I'm with the Black Bulls. Like, like, you know what I'm saying?
Pass that torch, big fella.
Right? It's like you can't be pulling out lightning moves that I don't have. You feel what I'm saying? So I wonder if there's gonna be some sort of torch passing that happens too between Gaja and Luck. I don't really know what he could give him, but
Luck is anywhere near as strong as Gaja.
He's not, but that's what I'm saying, like, passing the torch in some way of, like, hey, here's a move that I have that you don't have, or here's some, like, power that, you know.
Like, he taught him all the skills. It's just going to take time at this point. Because he already taught him how to use arrays.
Yeah.
You know, he learned ultimate magic from the elves. Like, if you're not stronger than him, nigga, you ain't there. You got
right. That's fair.
Yeah, I mean, Luck going to get there. He only, like 19?
Yeah,
which ain't no excuse because Real only like 19 too. So.
Right, Real is out here getting it. Talking about I'm inspired, out here having an orgasm, coming up with new moves. And
that
shit.
Nigga impressed the whole elder demon. Like, he was like, okay. That's my Real the youngest captain. That's hard, bro.
Yeah, right.
And this is the worst part about it. If he'd have did like some arrays or something, that nigga was just like, this me. Bam! Put that bitch up there.
Yeah, Black Clover as usual still going hard.
Stop. Take the pedal off the metal, nigga.
Right.
We need a beach arc.
That's after this. That's probably after this. But the thing is, they're gonna be introduced to water demons after that.
Right? Well, you know who the beach gods,
right?
God.
Yeah. Yeah, My Hero is doing what My Hero is doing. Like I said, that movie's coming out eventually. The chapter itself, I do have to call out the respect on Bakugo's character development. First time in anime history I've seen a tsundere rival make such a drastic 180 like I've seen Bakugo. So I gotta put respect on the writing there. It's giving me little bits of Lemillion vibes. Like, that's the kind of writing that I appreciate in My Hero, where I'm like, okay, he's writing a good story. Like, that build up for Lemillion to the loss of his powers, I thought was one of the dopest writing I've ever seen in a manga. And I feel like this turnaround with Bakugo, while not on that level to me, is pretty darn close, because it just kind of like, I wouldn't say it came out of nowhere, but I think people who normally read shonen didn't expect it to get as deep as he took it. And I appreciate that.
Yeah. Hey, y'all peep that he called him Izuku for the first time.
Oh, calling him by his name. That's the little light touches.
Okay. Americans, that's over our head, but the Asian they
the respect dynamics. But yeah, that's it for the manga highlights. Anybody else got something they want to talk about?
Whatchamacallit, the new series Hunter's Guild Red Hood, still hot.
Oh yeah,
it's still hot. There's only literally 4 or 5 chapters. Every chapter was kicking.
This last chapter,
and based on, that's what I'm saying, bro. Like, they're actually ooh, ooh. Like, everything's just hitting right now. And as far as that, I mean, I don't know if you want to call it a cliffhanger, but as far as the extension to the next, as far as what the series is going to build up to, There's a lot
What
of
is it
good
about?
potential of the show right now.
It's it's like a Grim Tales manga. Basically, werewolves, witches, and people hunting those things, but in manga format.
Right.
I think it's pretty dope. Right now, they've just shown werewolves and witches, but it looks like it expands past that, probably to.
Do we get a chance to get to an anime? You think, or
I mean, it's still super early.
It is
like
early.
they literally only have like 4 or 5 chapters, like period. But just at the chapters, they're just
Jujutsu
finished.
Kaisen damn near got greenlit after 20 shit.
See, but like, yeah, the thing about it is, I think where it's coming from is so like different, I guess, that it's hard to tell. Like when I saw Kaiju number 8, like even in the first maybe 10 chapters, it was pretty clear to me that eventually it's going to get an anime, just because like the way the action was sold, the
style,
lightness of the story. I'm like, this is an easy sell. This one, I think it's going to be dependent on the fan base, like how much niggas hype it, to whether or not it gets a anime or not.
Because it's got like a Chainsaw Man feel to it.
Chainsaw Man
A little
coming.
bit. Well, I mean, like I don't think it's as.
But I feel like Chainsaw Man popped up because the fan base hyped it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it ever would have caught that on its own.
Say. Like, right, like the Hunter's Guild's gonna need time. Like straight up. Like the only other show that I thought might be not show, only other manga that I thought. Trying to think, what's the other one we're reading in GG? The Magic and Muscles. Like that, I feel like that's gonna get.
That's got to get an anime. It's
literally like One Punch Man more or less, as far as to how they would sell it. So it's like, yeah.
And I think that's what Judge said is key there. It's like there isn't something that I can come to in my mind that's an anime right now that could go like, oh, they could sell it like that. Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Right. But in any case, I mean, only a few chapters out, but just like keep an eye on it.
Yep.
Because that looks like that's going to keep on going. So.
All right. Anything else on manga? If not, MVPs and Goofies. All right.
I can start.
Go ahead.
My MVP of the month is got to be Takamichi from Tokyo Revengers. I have heard that people saying he's not a cold main character just because he began beat up. And I think that's ridiculous. My man Takamichi really put Toman on his back.
Big facts.
He came through clutch. Like, all I gotta say is, like, bro, his clutchness was solidified when he fought for his life for Draken. You know what I'm saying? He took the knife to the hand.
Dragon my nigga, bro. Dragon is my nigga.
He took the knife to the hand, bro. He choked Buddy out. And when he choked dude out, I was like, all right, bro. You officially part of Toman. You part of the gang.
Heart. He got heart for the gang, bro.
Heart, bro.
That's what they needed. It's like nobody in there can out heart my nigga Takamichi. That's it. Period. Everybody else gonna fold after a certain point. But Takamichi, he got the heart for days.
Mm-hmm. But the worst part is, the only part that keep me from goading him is that he really doing all this for pussy, and I'm like, bro.
I feel like eventually it gets to be more than that if you haven't already got the little seasonings.
It evolves to like, yo, he doing this for his homies, like, his buddy trying to kill himself, like all that. I get that. He doing it for the perfect timeline. It evolves, but we know where it started.
Yeah, that's true.
He's finally the good name of Toman by starting it that way, bro. Come on, bro.
Hey, I feel you, but I mean, she was worth it though. It seemed like compared to some of the other people be sacrificing their life for. Hinata does seem like a good one. I'll put it that way.
Fair. She ain't no soccer.
Right. She walked up to them niggas and smacked them across. He said, I don't give a fuck if you're the strongest. That, to me, scene was perfect. And I felt like it perfectly explained like how Takamichi was going to be. Like, that nigga grabbed Dragon's hand and said, don't touch my girl. And he's like, this nigga is shaking. Like, he's scared right now. But he has absolutely no choice but to stand for his honor at this moment. I feel like that summarizes Takamichi. Period, right there, that scene.
But this is my issue, though. Mm-hmm. All of it built there. That's why he's still my MVP. It built there, yeah. But it didn't start there. And we would be lying if we said it started there. It started for one reason. That nigga was like, bro, I'm a lame. I ain't had none in a minute. I really think this time I'm dating this girl. I die for that shit. That's how that happened.
I'll give it to you.
But yeah, Takamichi, he my MVP. My Goofy is Kazutoro. That's like the black and gold hair member of Tomon, starting member of Tomon, the one that got Mikey brother offed. That dude, man, I hate that dude. It was annoying watching it, man. Like, you like, yeah, bro, Mikey, you feel me? I'll get me a Tomon jacket, bro. And he did that. I was like, man, this dude, I can't fuck with him. The worst betrayal in anime is.
But he did it out of, like, kindness, though. He did it because he loved Mikey. That's the unfortunate part, right?
Okay, but if he didn't go crazy after, I would be like, all right, bro, I get it. You fucked up. But you gonna go crazy and blame it on Mikey, bro?
Oh, yeah, okay. I give it to you there.
You a cluck, dog. Like,
for
get
sure.
your life together.
For sure. But that's also what I love about Japanese delinquent mangas, is it's just like, yo, kids really just be out here doing nothing. Like, it's just some real latchkey ass shit, and you just like, how is this normally happening to a group of kids somewhere? And it's like, it definitely is.
Bro, I swear, after I started watching that, I started watching more like delinquent documentaries.
Yeah.
I'm like, bro, these niggas really was out here wild.
Out here, bro.
100 it's like deep on motorcycles beating niggas up.
Right. And if they don't get groomed into like the Yakuza, which I'm assuming is the next step probably in their culture, is like your little delinquent gang, you don't ever get out of that shit. So eventually Yakuza's like, all right, come on. But the ones that like don't do that and then just become normal adults after, they be like, that was some of the dumbest shit I ever did in my life. And I don't understand why I did it. I'm just like...
Bro, I swear. And that's exactly what they look like in the show, too. It's like, I'm a regular custodian, bro. I don't know why I was out there banging so hard. Should have been in school. At least they realistic.
I'm telling you. All right, I'll toss mine out there. My MVP is going to Bakugo. I think the character development there deserves it for me. He's come to be a nice guy without it feeling like forced or like lame in any way. I respect the maturity that he's shown. So I'll give him MVP. Goofy has to go to DC3. That's the manga that was written by the Promised Neverland's author. Thanks for proving that you could only write one arc decent, bro, because everything after that was trash. That's all I'll say.
I'm trying to find a Goofy, but as far as the MVP, new anime by Mappa Studios, the Idaten in a Peaceful Time, something like that. But hold on. Here we go. The Idaten deities know only peace. Anyways, man, where to really start? So, I mean, the basic summary is pretty much there are gods that are in the world, in like a basic human world, that their only job is to protect humans from demons and to pretty much not interact otherwise. That's pretty much what they were doing for a long time. They said, F it, and they just sealed up all the demons, killed off all the demons, and then just like no demons for like 800 years. So like all the gods that are still alive, like pretty much don't know battle, don't know nothing, because they've just been peaceful, just doing nothing, right? Then after the 800 years, they pretty much come back, and demons are trying to like, run up, whatever. But they having a problem because the gods are still broken, even though they're like low-key weaker than back in the day because they haven't been fighting. Anyways, that's pretty much the premise. The action, mad decent. The art style is different, to say the least. It's kind of more, what's the word, like cartoony, a lot more bright colors, kind of similar to, what were the feels I was getting? Like Kill la Kill.
Okay.
But like overall though, it's still mad decent, action, mad decent, and the reason why I'm really hooked right now is because one of the Iraten Eastly, homie's like mad strategist. Like homie like thinks on par like that ish. And like he be thinking like moves on moves ahead. Like it's not crazy, but it's like homie uses logic hardcore. And since they're like gods, homie's been like smart for a minute, even though he's still technically young and still learning. So like he kind of like drives like the plot more or less, as far as the audience goes, and it just like keeps you mad interested as far as to like just checking out his brain processes and seeing everything else in consequence. But in any case, only like 4 episodes in, definitely worth a watch, and for what I've been seeing, definitely worth MVP status. Only thing I will say though is that their Ep 1 is low key triggering. # Goblin Slayer. Hint,
Oh
hint.
wow.
So just in case y'all be like into it, like, oh y'all let's do whatever Jugga said, and then they like low key get hit. Just be aware. But yeah, definitely MVP for that one. Goofy.
I'll give it a watch. The art style does look a little bit like Blood to me.
Oh, actually, that's a good point.
Like
yeah.
real bright
Yeah,
and weird.
Yeah. That's a good call. Well, whatchamacallit, as far as Goofy goes, fuck. Damn. I low-key do not have one right now. I'm not even gonna lie.
That's okay.
I mean, if anything, I'm just gonna give another MVP to. I was mad impressed by Robin up in One Piece.
Oh yeah.
I really didn't think that she was gonna be able to 1v1 Black Maria like that, and she came out cold.
She did some interesting
like,
shit.
let's go. Like we finally got the fight that we've been wanting from Robin for like a minute, and like she showed out. Like she pretty much said, "I'm in like what's her tier called? The second big 3 of like the.
I don't remember what name
you know
we
what
got
I mean?
it.
Like
We gave it, but yeah,
right.
The mini monster trio. Sure.
Right. The was it Robin, Frankie, and
Brooke.
Brooke? Yeah. But no, she straight up showed out. For her to solo a Toby Ropo like that, mad respect.
Right.
Finally.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Okay. Well, that's it for us. Before we get out of here, I just want to say thanks to everyone that came out to our DreamCon panels or supported us from the interwebs a few weeks ago. We'll likely be at the one next year, so see y'all there and see y'all at other conventions in the future. Thanks for sitting on the live stream and enjoying us chat. Full episode will be out at some point over the next couple of weeks. Other than that, man, that's it. See y'all.
All right. Until next time.